Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. Hang out with these nerds.
Nathan Nerdarch.
Nerdarchy is Ted.
Join us as we create the Bardbarian.
Hey, jump down to the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So it's time for another character build, and we're going to build the Bardbarian. So we were talking the other day, and this kind of came up in one of our discussions, like, I guess the idea of the skald, and like, what makes the ultimate skald. And, that is definitely probably the College of Lore bard, but like, what if we slap some barbarian levels on there and make him a true Viking?
Right. So the whole concept of I'm going to have this character who is able to kick butt in battle, but then I'm going to be this, poet off to the side. You got that awesome warrior poet built right in.
When we were talking about it before, we're like, College of Valor just makes sense, but it's kind of a waste because one of the big deals about being College of Valor is like more weapons, more armor, more attacks, right? Pointless if you're a barbarian. But I would argue, what about College of Lore? Like, you have an oral tradition for your people. You're the keeper of that. But you can also kick some ass when you need to, too.
Yeah, and College of Lore gives you access to a lot more spells than the College of Valor does. So you want to be doubling down on things you already get.
We already know, as a barbarian, when you rage, you can't cast spells and you can't concentrate on spells. But certain spells like Mirror Image, Blink, Fire Shield, these aren't Mage Armor. These are not concentration spells, so you could have them going on while you're raging. And there was something else very important that we kind of just discovered as well.
There's nothing stopping you from being able to give out that inspiration die while raging.
And that's another reason why I kind of like College of Lore, because cutting words. I think cutting words where you're raging and insulting your enemies.
Oh, that's great. Would
be hilarious. You can inspire your allies, but instead of doing that, you choose to use that bonus action to insult your enemies and basically piss them off and make sure they focus on you.
That is pretty awesome.
But not only that, with your one, you're going to get a lot more skills. So this is going to be a skill-heavy build especially for a warrior class. You're going to get access to magical secrets, which means you're going to get access to other spells. So some of those spells, if we mentioned that you don't have to concentrate on, then you can basically go and put them on your spell list. And also too, I think magical secrets, that allows you any spell list, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why, like, there's certain things like I know there's certain cleric spells that aren't concentration. So I was going to say spirit guardians, but it's actually a spiritual weapon, because I know Ted used to use the two in conjunction all the time. So, like, for magical secrets, you could definitely take spirit weapon, cast it before your rage, send that sucker out to do its thing.
And the great part with spiritual weapon is, if you're not going to be casting during the fighting, you bump that sucker up, because for every level above second that you push that, it's swinging for another die 8.
Oh, nice.
So, like, the last time I used it, it was literally hitting for 4 die 8.
That, I'm just envisioning like this raging barbarian, in the middle of the battlefield with the spectral axe flying around him, as he's chomping away with his great axe, and he's singing and insulting the enemies as he goes. All right, so we know he's a bard, we know he's a barbarian. What race do we want to go?
Well, I mean, we're talking off air about what would make the perfect, Bardbarian, and that's going to be dragonborn, because they get strength and charisma.
Yeah, I have to agree, and not only that too. In case you needed it, you're going to get the breath weapon. Now, the only thing that stinks is, like, let's face it, as a barbarian, everyone takes Totem of the Bear, first level resistance to everything. So like your resistance is going to be useless as a dragonborn. So you're going to have to suck that one up.
So if you wanted to go in another direction, you could go with half elf, have the +2 to charisma, +1 to strength, and +1 to constitution.
Ooh, I think I like that better.
Yeah, I like that better.
So you'd wind up with 2 16s and 2 14s. No, two 16s.
2 16s and a 14.
Yeah.
I know you. 2 16s and a 14. Still not bad, right? So it kind of puts you where you need to be. And I don't even know, like, how... Well, yeah, our charisma is going to be important because it's going to be how much bardic inspiration we get. So then that leaves us... We got our classes. We have our race. what are we going to do for our background? Now, you know how, like, I know where everybody wants to go, but you know how I feel about Outlander and Barbarian. It makes me want to vomit. It is so fucking boring. Yeah, you heard me. It's boring. Never pick that. I want to go Sailor. He's a Viking.
That's a good one.
Let's go with Sailor.
You know, you're gonna get some cool skills. He's gonna. Oh
Do
my
we
god,
want
this
pirate?
Well, you could go pirate, but either way, I just like the idea of at least you're gonna get you're gonna get some interesting skills. You have plenty of skills anyway. You're gonna get 3 from going College of Lore. You're gonna get 2 for being a halfling. I mean, not halfling, half elf. Never mind, we're doing a halfling. It would totally work, Lightfoot. No, you're gonna, so that's 5 skills right there. Plus, you're gonna get 2 for being a barbarian. That's 7. You're gonna have 9 skills with this character.
And several of them are going to be able to be expertise.
Yes, and
with the
several
lore,
of them
yeah.
will be. Yeah, like intimidation and like, you go with crazy, usually not expertise skills. I think with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, but it'd be pretty awesome to be able to be like raging and scaring the heck out of people on the battlefield.
Well, yeah, except for like if we would have went to Dragonborn, like you take the fear, but it actually wouldn't help at all. It wouldn't do anything.
But
but thematically, it was just
from
cool.
the Unearthed Arcana, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you actually become a DM question, but like, all right, if I use my axe, like my spiritual weapon axe, to cause damage, does that fulfill the rage requirement, or do you have to physically be doing it?
Probably not.
Well, it says attack, right? So as long as you're attacking, you don't have to do damage. You have to attack. You don't have to hit. And if that spiritual weapon is an extension of you, it's attacking. You're attacking. DM, I rule. You're good.
Right.
Now, and the other thing is, as long as people attack you, you're good too. You just gotta take a little damage. So have your halfling in the party hit you in the back of the head with a sling bullet. Get him!
Well,
Hit me! Hit me again!
So, all right, so we've got Dragonborn Sailor, or we're doing half elf Sailor, or do we just say we like them both?
We do like them both, but I'm gonna go half elf just because either that or it's like you have to. It's either that or you're just gonna go. All right, you know what? For once, we're just not gonna take the bear totem, and just be like,
Well, because of that one resistance?
yes. Well, but you can get other cool things. You can get mobility on the battlefield. The other ones aren't bad. It's just none of them are as good as resistance to all attacks but psychic. And you're already getting resistance to all physical attacks. So you'd have resistance to all physical attacks and one.
What if you didn't do bear?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
He's saying, what if you didn't do totem? He's
Then you have to go into the UA and figure something out.
no.
For one,
you're saying you can pick something else besides bear. I thought you meant because with totem, almost everyone picks bear, that you just say like, oh, well, then you be berserker instead.
It's all yeah.
Okay.
It's almost as if there are no other options.
Because there's Eagle Eye, which would be kind of very thematic.
Yeah, that's
for a
the one
sailor.
where you're like moving all around the battlefield. So that wouldn't be bad.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If you went Dragonborn, I would say just to pick a different totem at 3rd level than bear.
I agree.
So you're not wasting your Dragonborn resistance, and you can do something else cool. So you can go Eagle, and it'll give you a bunch of mobility on the battlefield, and people disadvantaged to take attacks of opportunity against you. Dash as a bonus action might not be as useful because we're going to need our bonus action for stuff. Wolf is really good because your allies get advantage. So
it's essentially pack tactics.
Yeah. So as long as you have other melee combatants that are fighting with you, then Wolf works out really well, and that is definitely a decent benefit, especially if you've got a rogue in the party who's going to get advantage on all of his attacks. So better chance of critting.
Yeah, advantage is always good. So being able to give it to anybody else right there is great.
Yeah. So if you go Dragonborn, half elf or Dragonborn both work. But I feel like if you go Dragonborn, go with one other totem's cool. Berserker's off the table for several reasons. 1, because it's inferior, and 2, because you get to use your bonus action to make attacks with their best ability, which we need our bonus action to dole out inspiration, use cutting words,
right?
And we might even have some other things to do with it as well.
That bonus action's always occupied.
And you're trading that bonus action for an attack to get exhaustion. So, it's almost never worthwhile.
Take Great Weapon Fighter or whatever the feat is, and all you have to do is drop someone or get a crit, and you're going to get to use your bonus action to make attacks if you want to anyway.
Right.
So yeah, it's super specific. So with that, we have pretty much everything. We talked about stat placement. If you go Dragonborn, strength 15, charisma 6. Or no, I mean charisma. Swap them around. Yeah, charisma 15, strength 14.
You got a 16 in both. You're gonna put your 13 in Constitution.
And and then wherever you want your dump stat from there, probably not your dex because it's going to be a penalty. And this is too where kind of like where you might decide to go, okay, well instead of using my barbarian armor, I might pick up mage armor. Like I don't know that you can use mage armor as a bard, but you could always get it as bardic secrets, for a decent armor class if you wanted it.
Right.
Or you could do the avoidance where you're doing mirror image and other things that are going to make you harder to hit through magic that you don't need to concentrate on.
Well, yeah, that would work as well. Blink, baby, blink. So, blinking with mirror image.
Oh, that'll be great.
I just discovered blink, so Uthengara is going to have to learn that one. Or you might even have it. I just never cast that. I didn't realize it wasn't a concentration spell. So, what do you guys think? What do you think of the Bardbarian? Put your comments in the comment section below while you're at it. Like, share, and subscribe.
You also check out the articles over at nerdarchy.com.
Or you can tweet at us at Nerdarchy.
So until next time,
Stay nerdy.